This is a stock kart and I'm going to be trying to race it around one of the smallest shell ovals in the UK. Normally I'm flying around the ovals in my 1300 stock car, smashing into anything in my way to try and get to the front, but these things are a bit different. They are essentially armoured up go-karts with a full roll cage and ironwork around the outside to allow these guys to nudge and spin their way to the front, and with all that weight and only 13 horsepower you have to be silky smooth to be fast. I am lucky enough to have Ollie Leet let me try my chances in his one. Let's see how we get on.
How you feeling?
Good. Something completely different.
Let's see.
How much horsepower they got? 13 horsepower. We're normally used to about 90, 95.
As well as being something completely new to drive, you also have to get used to how you're getting in and out of this thing as well, because you don't want to be damaging someone else's car. And yes, they are as hard to get in as it looks. Pulling out onto the track now, and if the track's as bumpy as the pits, then we are in for a ride. If you didn't know how most short oval formulas grid up, then let me explain. There are 5 grades that drivers get put into, and this is shown to spectators and other drivers by the colour of the wing on top of the car. White roofs are novices who start at the front, yellow's next, then blue, then red, and then the superstars and champions. These grades are determined by the points championship in which you race all year for, so the more points you have, the further back you have to start. This handicap is what sets short ovals apart from any other racing and always provides brilliant racing with the faster drivers carving and hitting their way through to the front. I am usually a superstar in my own formula, but that means absolutely nothing here. And as I've never driven these before, I've been put as a yellow roof for the meeting and I've been asked to start off the back behind the superstars for the first race to allow me to find my feet. I am buzzing for this one. I am going round right now with the biggest smile on my face ever. This feels so surreal to be driving a go-kart round Mildenhall. I have driven this track for years in the mini stocks and in the 1300 stock cars, but being able to go around here on a go-kart just doesn't seem right, and it's brilliant. The fact I've just gone past 2 cars there, and one of them being the points champion, which means he's got the silver roof, has given me a load of confidence, and I am giving it some now. Come on, Kurt. Maybe a little bit too much confidence. The points champion's just done me back. After that half spin there, I thought I might have some work here to do to catch up, but luckily for us, we've got a wave jeller. Sometimes they come at good times, sometimes they come at bad times, but this time was perfect. If you're not familiar with what a wave jeller flag is, then let me explain. If there is debris on the track or a kart that is stuck on the racing line, then the clerk of the course will usually call for a wave jeller. This is told to the drivers via their earpieces and the marshals on the outside of the track waving the yellow flag. This then means all drivers must slow down in single file and bunch up and wait for the green flag to drop again to resume racing. Now I can catch up with the back of the pack, single file, and try again to make my way to the front. Brilliant start here. I've overtaken 2 cars already and I'm coming for the rest of them. Oh, I've gone for a move up the inside, but it sent my car sideways and it's bumpy. Oh, and I've gone round. Oh, I thought I had him there. Right, let's see what else we can do. Just gone past the starter's rostrum there with 4 laps to go. 4 laps already to go. There's only 12 laps in the race here. So if there's no wave gellers and you've been spun like something like that, then you're going to struggle to catch back up, especially with me not being at the full pace that I need to be. Bit of clear track here, and I've just had a red roof come past. If you remember earlier what I said about the red roofs, they are the top boys, they are the quick ones. While I'm behind him and I've got a few spare laps, I'm just trying to follow his line as he is pretty quick and just trying to learn as much as I can, ready for the next race now. And that is the end of the race like that. I didn't get in the top 10, unfortunately. We was somewhere near the back. But what an experience that was. That was absolutely brilliant. And I'm so glad, even if I don't do any good today, I'm so glad I done it. Wow.
That is different, but they're actually quite nippy, really. I didn't think they'd be that fun. And they handle great until you get bumpy, then you if you don't bump, it handles. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just turn it tiny like that, turn around. As soon as you get off the left bump, it's not. You were doing alright though. Yeah, you were doing alright. Not bad. Hang on.
I've had a chance to collect all my teeth from the bouncing, and I'm talking to Ollie and a few other drivers. Now I have had a go, and I'm just looking for any tips or any pointers to try and implement them and make me faster. Although soon, I'm not sure any of that will matter.
When it didn't bump, I was keeping up with them. So you can see when it started bumping, I was doing the same line as them, but they were just pulling away. Yeah, they were bouncing, losing it. But
after speaking to a few people, I can tell where I can improve straight away, and you can see here Papa Teb sorting out the rear camera ready for this next race. I would like to say that I was nice and calm and collective before each race, but that wasn't the case today, as I was actually racing in 3 formulas throughout the day, which didn't leave me with much time in between the races, and on a couple of occasions I had one race straight after the other. Although we was trying our best to be as fast as we could, time was ticking and everyone was on track. I'm just crossing my fingers that they wait for me. Ollie just gives his final checks and I believe I'm ready to go. I have just made out and everybody is already on the rolling lap, so I've just got to quickly get to my grade, which in this race I'm starting from yellow grade, which will give me a much better chance at getting to the front and staying there. And to make this race a bit more interesting, I have got one of my biggest rivals in the 1300 stock cars right in front of me, Lee Pearce, number 23 in the orange and white car, having a go in the stock karts as well, so I'll be doing my best to make sure I beat him. Here we go. Right, I'm off to a good start here. All of the yellows have got away. I'm feeling good about this one. And I've just gone up the inside of someone, just touched them, and oh, it spun round again, and it looks like something's fallen off the side of my kart there as well. Oh, it was going so well. But the wave gellers are out, so that means we still got another chance. Or have we? It turns out the wave gellers were for me to clear the debris off the track that my kart had left. So that for us, unfortunately, is going to be a DNF. What a shame.
Lucky if you hit someone at the bottom.
Yeah, bounce.
Just bounce you out.
I really did enjoy that, and I feel I could compete if we could just keep the kart together. As we all know, to finish first you have to finish. Of course, me spinning out was a driver error, but I just needed some laps under my belt to try and improve lap by lap.
What are we saying, Ollie? Is that a quick fix or?
Well, yeah, we'll buy a new one.
A new one?
Buy a new side rail, yeah.
How much is that? This is where he goes £2,000.
There was me thinking that I completely ruined the job, but luckily somebody come over with the Nerf rail that just broke off. Just before I jumped out of the car, I thought that this damage that they pulled me off track for was going to be major. But after seeing what was connecting the Nerf rail to this kart, which was literally two M8 bolts pinching the bit of tube inside another tube, I knew that we could get it fixed and I would be able to go out and have another go. Instead of putting the old Nerf rail back on, Ollie instead insisted that we put a new one on and save the old one for a spare. This meant that once we put the two M8 bolts back in and pinched the tube back up, that we then had to drill new holes in it to nut and bolt the outer hard plastic that they use on these karts as sort of a crumple zone and fix it to the new Nerf rail. Once that new Nerf rail was on, all that was left to do was to drill two new holes in the new wheel guard Ollie had treated me to and nut and bolt them up tight.
Bit different.
Normally it's just a metal wheel guard to cut them off, put them back on. Keep them bolt on. Little bit different. Oh yeah. She's 1 in a million, mate.
Good as me.
And with Chelsea's approval, we are now ready to go out for the final race of the day. Let's hope we can get some places. The grid is set and we are now on the rolling lap of my last race of the day, which meant I had one more chance to prove myself. I'm away safely from the front of the yellow grade, just going under the green flag there. I've got my eyes set on first and second place there, and I've got a full pack right behind me. Piercy's just got back past me there, and I'm coming back from and I've just come across someone who I didn't quite see there, and I've been spun out again. Rejoining at the back here, all I can hope for now is a wave yellow just to close the whole pack right up again. caught up with some slower karts here, and now all I'm hoping for is that wave jello. And if that don't come, then all I can settle for is a few overtakes, hopefully. I'm up the inside now and I've just overtaken 3 of them in one move. But unfortunately I've just heard through the race receiver in my ear that my nerf rail is hanging off again. And that is the end of our meeting. What a shame. What could have been 2 really good races have been cut short by 2 8mm bolts. I was thoroughly enjoying myself and enjoying learning how to drive this kart, but that's stock kart racing.
Didn't even help him. Well, no, it's just a grub screw. Put it in and put it in. Tell you what, if I go, then yeah, you go right. Yeah. That's fine, but anyway, bouncy. So they're right. Everyone's the same speed, isn't they? Literally, who could just be the smoothest?
Once I was out of the car and I had a little chat about the race with Papa and Ollie, it was time to assess the damage, and me and Papa Teb sticking our nose in with the experience from the 1300s, thinking of ways that we could strengthen this design so it didn't happen again, especially if I was to have another go.
Slotted this. So what's weird is I said just like last year, 15 metres, 40 races, didn't come out once. Don't say that.
And you guys
come out twice. Yeah, exactly. But it's not like it happens every week. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like you hit it. No, it was literally I just got up the inside of it. So I got to run it. Give it a dig. Yeah, I would have said. This is brand new. That was brand new. That's brand new. This is that. That's not brand new. Yeah. Well, thank you. Cheers. Appreciate it. Thanks very much. Thank you.
A massive thank you to Ollie for the loan of the car, and a thank you to all of the stock kart drivers for making me feel welcome today, and the team that run the formula. If you do want to learn more about the formula, then click the link in the description, and if you did enjoy the video, then consider subscribing for more content like this.